All right, we're on to M in Rants and Reflections. And I am going to just start by saying, woot, woot, we are halfway through the alphabet. Now, I am somebody who is very, very guilty of starting these types of projects sometimes and not seeing them through, getting through a quarter of it, getting distracted, getting pulled off. So I'm just going to toot myself here and say, I made it to M, which is halfway through the alphabet. It is a goal to make it all the way through the alphabet with these rants and reflections. So M is interesting. I always believe that there's kind of 4 parts to business, and that is the mission, who you serve, what you do, the mechanics, how you do it, the mindset, and the personal growth that you have to do as you get bigger and you take on more things and you reach upper limits. And then the magic, the opportunities and things that apparently come out of nowhere because you are staying on your mission and you're keeping your mechanics. Now, where I see a lot of entrepreneurs have resistance is primarily in the mechanics. I don't like QuickBooks. I don't like spreadsheets. Okay, cool. You do you. But you have to have some mechanics in your business. You have to have the how you particularly do something. Now, there's going to be some people who say, God gives you the how. Okay, that's awesome. That's true. However, how do you answer your phone? How do you manage customer service? How do you manage certain team things? How are you doing that in your business that is unique to you and part of your mission? How do people view you and your brand? Now, I'm going to have pushback on some of this about the mechanics. I personally say you have to do what works for you. There's no one right way to do it. Some people use particular software. Some people are still pen and paper. As long as it gets done, it doesn't matter. But let me ask you, when is the last time you sat down in your business and you did a 90-day strategic plan and you did a little bit of research and you picked a couple of projects to move forward on and you fleshed out those projects, including resources, timing, and backward planned them, and then you went on those 3 projects and you saw them through for at least 90 days and you made tweaks along the way. And as you built those up, you added them to your business's, repertoire, right? If you're not doing things like that, then are you really in business? The mechanics of business, the planning and the execution, the financials, the marketing, the sales, those are integral parts of running a business, growing a business. And those are the things where it feels like a lot of people push back and they wing it, or they don't stick with something long enough to see the result. And a lot of that comes from maybe mindset, but it does come from feeling overwhelmed. Like, I don't know how to pay my taxes, or I don't know. So they don't do it. They just don't do it. And then they end up in trouble. I have seen this happen time and time and time again. And so the way to fix that is to make mechanics and the how a priority for you. If you don't know how to do strategic planning in a small business, reach out and get help. I do teach a boot camp a couple times a year. There's one coming up in a couple of weeks, July 17th and 18th. Doesn't have to be with me. Find somebody to help you put the mechanics in your business. If you like software for your industry, use it. If you don't like software, do something else. You are not bound to anybody else's ideas or strategies, but without any kind of mechanics at all, without those hows spelled out for you to execute your mission and your vision to the world, it's not going to make it. It's not going to make it because some of the things that we have to do just have to be done. You have to track sales. You have to pay your taxes. You have to reorder inventory. You have to market a certain way for, your audience or whatever. And if you decide not to do any of those things, then the result that you're going to get is not going to be maybe what you set out to do. So mechanics, figure out what works for you and do it. And if you need support, find somebody to support you, because this is the key to building the business that works for you and that you can track trends, numbers, and whatever else have you. I find a lot of people are overwhelmed at this in the early stages. And that is because they say, well, when I get bigger, I'll do the strategic plan. Or when I get bigger, I will start tracking this. Or when I get bigger, I'll put that on an automation. Do it now. Have a good week.